What's going on, Guardians? It's Tizzle here. So last week there was a new strike in Liminality, and this week there is a somewhat new strike. It's a refurbished Exodus Crash. So I decided I would go in with no mic LFG again and just kind of show you some spawn points and strategies to use to beat this sort of new GM. Again, I don't know if I'm going to have time to solo it this week. I've soloed this one in the past, and it was actually really annoying. I think it was back in Season of the Plunder. And yeah, I just don't overly like this strike. But yeah, so remains to be seen if I will solo it because I have to leave town Thursday. I've got a friend's wedding this weekend, and I'm working on a big video project that I'm hoping to get out for the weekend. So yeah, unfortunately, time constraints may not allow me to. But right off the bat, as you can see, we have a barrier hobgoblin and a bunch of enemies. I kind of showed my teammates' loadouts a little bit, but the one I'm using the non-denouement with impulse amplifier and volt shot. It's a crafted roll, so there you can see I was able to apply volt shot. So it's actually really good for taking out the ads, and there's lots of vandals and stuff, lots of long distance ads in this strike. So having ranged weapons is really nice. And then I'm using my Chaos Reshaped Chill Clip Critical Anomaly Stasis Sniper Rifle. I made a video on it. It's very good because it can deal with overloads with Chill Clip by applying slow, and it can obviously deal with the barrier champions. And it's really good for the Hydras as well, as you'll see. There's some Hydras that you have to kill, and it's just really good at hitting their crits and dealing a whole bunch of damage because Chill Clip and Chaos Reshaped are good kind of damage perks. And then here, again, it's just really nice. It can two-shot body because that Vandal wasn't looking at me. And yeah, you just want to take this strike kind of slow and play back because, like I said, there's a lot of snipers that kind of come out of the woodwork and they can take you out if you're not careful. So speaking of those Vandals, there's some up on this ledge. So I'm just going to take them out before going up. My teammates are over there dealing with an overload champion, so just be aware that there's one over there. And then once we come up here, some marauders spawn in, and it will drop in a barrier servitor, which is obviously really annoying because, as you can see, it's making a bunch of enemies immune. So we're just going to try to get these enemies down as quick as possible. So luckily the barrier servitor goes to a good spot, and my computer's been doing this weird thing lately. So it kind of glitched out there. I don't know what goes on with that, but anyways, we recovered. We shoot a Dragon's Breath. Dragon's Breath is very good for overloads. Again, I don't have an overload weapon on, which isn't ideal, but I can use my slow from my Chill Clip Sniper. But yeah, because you have to like keep doing damage to overloads, I really like Dragon's Breath. And Arc and Solar Surge, yeah, Solar Surge, I was going to say Singe, is on this week. So yeah, it's very handy. So here, I should be shooting one more Dragon's Breath, but I was expecting the Brig's face to fall off, but it might not be till 1/3 health. Yeah, it's just before 1/3. And then here we'll be able to see how crazy the sniper goes. Like absolutely demolishes that Brig. So really, really good. And then Dragon's Breath is obviously good before its face falls off. So yeah, if I were to do a solo, I'd probably run this build. I don't think I've done a solo with the Getaway Artist build yet, but because of the amount of... There I was trying to get an angle on that Hydra to shoot its crit, but I fell off. That's why I like Strafe Glide, because I was able to just strafe my way to safety. Now I kind of forget what I was... Oh yeah, this build. So because there's so many overloads, I really like the Bleak Watchers because it's good for stunning and keeping overloads stunned. And then, like I said, I've got the Chill Clip Sniper and a Volt Shot weapon. So there you can see I proc Volt Shot, and now we apply Jolt to the overload. So now we know we're going to be good to take it out with our super. Song of Flame, as always, is an absolute monster here, especially... I mean, it's good in like everything, but we do have Solar Surge, and then it's also just really nice because there's so many ads in this Nightfall. Like, look here. I keep this thing stun locked from the freeze and the ignitions and everything, so I was expecting it to put up its shield, and it didn't even. So like I said, this is a very, very potent loadout. but obviously it's got 2 raid weapons, so not something everyone may have access to. But you could maybe run a bolt shot hand cannon, and hand cannons do have overload. If you didn't want the bow, you still have the range with a sniper. You could run succession for anti-barrier sniper, and then again, or just any good sniper rifle, because I guess that's from a raid as well. But yeah, there's lots of ways you can go, but I hadn't used this crafted bow that I made yet, so I wanted to use it. And yeah, there's a few overloads at the start here, and then there's more coming, obviously. Like this strike is just overload central. But we get our Bleak Watcher on it, we take everything out, then you just have to hack the zone. And yeah, we're going to be disabling the barrier. So there's a fallen captain guy that spawns in, and he does stasis damage. So we have to watch out for him, because he could definitely kill you. Looks like we have an overload spawn over there. I also have Sniper's Meditation on, so my sniper deals more damage the more hits I get. So it's very good for melting champions as well. Just an all-around awesome weapon. Like I said, I made a video on it. I just love it so much. It's a ton of fun. So because this is my first time running this, I don't really know where to pop supers and stuff. And I maybe should have popped a super on this stasis guy. And then again, there you saw a Tracer Shank up on that catwalk on the right. You do have to really be aware of those guys that spawn in up top, because 2 snipes and you're dead basically. So yeah, you can just see everything's getting slowed, everything's just pretty much just dying to explosions and slow and freeze and all this stuff. So one of my teammates, I think, also had the whatchamacallit, getaway artist build on. And then here, unfortunately, they die, and again, I have no way to overload, so I was just kind of expecting my teammates to. But in GMs, if you're on LFG, heck, I've ran with my own clanmates, and I'm like, what the hell are you guys doing? Like, you just expect that they'll do stuff, but sometimes they don't. So I just kind of wasted my super there, but it did keep me alive to get the reses. But yeah, you can never depend on your teammates for anything. So yeah, don't expect that they'll stun captains. A lot of people don't know add priority. So right now, I do shoot one on that captain, but I'm hugging that right wall because I know there's snipers up top, and they should be our priority right now. That Vandal that I just took out, that is your priority, because he's keeping you from taking on the enemies that are down low on the ground, and that's probably what killed my teammate. So there, I didn't realize that there's more enemies that come in, so I could have died there running up, but again, that's just not being used to the strike. Now we're at 100% progress, but I see there's another guy that spawns in, so I'm not sure if this always happens every time like this. The reason I didn't shoot my Dragon's Breath is because a lot of times servitors teleport or warp. So I decided to freeze him first, and then I shot my Dragon's Breath because I didn't want to waste my ammo. So again, the big guy isn't necessarily our biggest threat. All these other things are. You can just sit back where I am. Like, these guys are playing way too forward. I guess that one guy's back with me, but the guy that's dead, he's dead because he's not playing back here where we have lots of cover. We have cover from those guys up on the catwalk. We have decent cover from that Critis guy, that captain that we're shooting. We kind of have cover from him because we can just back up down the hallway if ads push us or he shoots stasis at us or whatever. So don't get aggressive in that room. Play back in the hallway and deal with the ads that you can. And then if there's enemies up top on that catwalk to the right, take them out because they're going to deal big chunk damage to you in a hurry. And then you can go back to dealing with what's in front of you. So again, ad priority is super crucial, and that's probably why they died a few times there, just getting overly aggressive. So you can like play aggressively in Nightfalls, but you have to know when and how. And I may work on a video talking about that as well. So anyways, this part, I don't really know what's coming. I mean, I've ran this strike before, so I know you have to like dunk things. But unfortunately, I have no angle on that, that Hydra up top. Or maybe I do, but it's really hard to see. But I'd like to take it out, and then we have to pick up its charge. But again, you have to deal with the other ads first. So we take out that Harpy, Now we see we've got Barrier Hobgoblin down here. So I wasn't expecting it to put up its shield quite that fast. Get a Dragon's Breath on it because we need to take it out quickly. And again, here's where Dragon's Breath's so nice. It's dealing passive damage over time, and then right when it's about to put up its shield, I can just two-shot it with my sniper. It would one-shot too if I could hit a crit, but those flinch changes can't come fast enough. So anyways, I had a bit of an angle on that Hydra, but I also had its aggro, so I just had to back off because it was peppering me. So me and my teammates were just taking out the rest of the adds. Here, I finally get an angle, and this is what I was talking about with just how good this weapon is. I miss a crit, but then Sniper's Meditation was able to get my damage up enough. So yeah, like 4 snipes, and that thing was dead. But now you can see there's a timer on that spark charge, and I don't really know the quickest way to get up there. Because again, I've ran this strike like once. So I'm like, oh, maybe over here. And then there's a Cyclops behind me, which I think my teammate takes on. So here you can see I grab it before 1 second before it goes away, but that timer keeps going even when you pick it up. So now we need another thing to spawn in. So I might just speed this up a bit. So this other guy spawns in. We take it out. Here you can get it before that explosion happens, but unfortunately I picked up a Tangle. So anyways, we're going to go dunk this. There is an Overload Minotaur. And again, I don't have anything, so it was almost dead, but I don't have anything with intrinsic overload. So I had to make sure my sniper was loaded up because Chill Clip only works on the first half of the magazine. And then I had also dropped my Bleak Watcher so that we could deal with it easily. But again, there showed the power of Dragon's Breath. So here, I popped my super, and I didn't have to. I thought those were probably going to be yellow bar wyverns, but they were just red bar wyverns. So I could have just taken them out without having to waste my super. But that's what happens when you don't know a strike. You don't know the best spots to pop your super. But really, no harm, no foul. These guys don't know that you have to pick up the Scorch Cannon. So I go back, I take it, I pop my thing so I can get amplified so I can run up there quicker. And then, I don't know if you have to do that full charge blast like in Grasp of Avarice, but I did. So when I shoot it, I hold down the trigger button to make the explosion deal more damage. So if you don't know how those Scorch Cannons work, you shoot it and hold the weapon until it pulses 3 times, and then let it go. So here we can just see how awesome a Volt Shot bow is. Like, takes out all those adds super, super quickly. Thing's a monster. And again, I'm just playing carefully because I don't know what's out here. There's Pike Dregs, unfortunately, which are super annoying, and I think I end up dying to one. Yeah, so I go for this heavy, and then this other Dreg comes along. And look, I almost kill it. That's the crappy thing, is they're kind of hard to hit, because the, like, hood of the Pike kind of blocks their crit. So anyways, I wind up dying. This guy's a good guy, he gets me up. I had a heavy brick there that I wanted. So again, I don't know where all the ads spawn, but I can see a catch coming in. So I'm just going to get amplified and drop my Bleak Watcher. And they're all rushing up. And unfortunately, well, not really unfortunately, it's good they all died of my Bleak Watcher, but I was trying to get like a Volt shot, and then that mine goes off. So yeah, this is why I don't really like this strike, because there's all those mines and there's all like the slowing stuff in the boss room. I hated this solo back when I did it. So yeah, A, I don't really have the time to do it solo, but B, I don't really enjoy this solo that much. And like I said, I've done it once, so call it good. So here, walkers are usually kind of tanky. I proc Radiant on this guy. I'm going to get Volt Shot on him. And then we're going to take out its leg. So yeah, just kind of doing everything we can to do a bunch of damage. I have Facet of Dawn, so my melees are giving me Radiant. And then we're hitting its crit with a Chaos Reshaped Sniper. So yeah, we take that thing out very, very quickly, which is good. There, missing my shots as I'm falling, because I thought I was reached the ground, but I hadn't yet. This time I finally remembered Solar Scavenger, so I got 3 rockets there from 1 brick. Sometimes you can get 4. And then from Finder Bricks, you'll get 2, which is very, very good because, like I said, there's a lot of champions in this strike. So again, our priority needs to be that barrier servitor on the right, assuming there's no enemies on the ground. But if they're up on those little catwalks, then we don't need to worry about them because they have no line of sight on us. So we take out that barrier servitor. I don't know what the heck's shooting me, so I just back up. And yeah, there's different ways you can take up here. So I'm just going to take a different way, as you can see. There. Game ate my jump. So here we get up. And yeah, probably you just want to take out all these Duskfield Shanks. Whether you have to or not, I don't know. But watch what Volt Shot does here. It's like a huge damage boost. It allows us to take those guys out so much quicker. Like, I just love this bow. It's awesome. It's my first time finally using it. And yeah, big, big fan. So luckily we get some special bricks. And then up here, I just take everything out from up here rather than down there. And unfortunately, I get trapped outside at the first part. So this boss does not have a lot of health. I was actually very surprised. So see, we get locked out and then we get adjoining allies. So I wasn't sure what I would spawn into. And we actually kill this boss so fast. Like, look at its health bar get melted. By the time I'm in there, this phase 1 is almost done. So we just have a little bit of damage to do because that guy was just going crazy with Song of Flame. So we do our little bit of damage. And again, so I don't really know where to stand, but a whole bunch of enemies are spawning in and stuff. So we're just going to take them out and just kind of read and react on the fly. Now some harpies spawn in. Unfortunately, this bow can't one-shot them, even with a crit. And then, yeah, they just absolutely melted that overload, so good job to those guys. And then I was about to die there, so I decided to just pop Song of Flame. We take that guy out, and then we're just going to use our snaps to take out a bunch of enemies. So these guys, what they should be doing is picking up that thing in mid. I don't want to pick it up because I'm pretty sure it takes you out of your super. But yeah, anyways, so we're just going to deal with the rest of the ads instead of worrying about that thing. And yeah, so I don't know how often they keep spawning, if it's like never ending or what, but you probably want most of them down before you go and dunk that charge. Or at least have a Bleak Watcher down like I do, so that you can dunk it safely. Or you could grab it, move up close, and then drop it, take out the Fanatics, and then pick it back up and dunk it. So here we take out the Hydra, and this is what I was talking about. You have enough time to get to it before the explosion, but just be careful because if you're there when it explodes, you're going to die. So we deposit it, and now I assume we're on to phase 2. So I'm going to pop that, and then I'm going to pop Transcendence. Yeah, stuff's just kind of spawning everywhere, and boom, there's the boss on this side. And he moves a ton, even if he freezes. So I was just making sure that I hit my Dragon's Breath shot. But yeah, look, he gets absolutely melted here. I was actually shocked. So if I had a Song of Flame, like, he would fall over. So anyways, that is the new strike. Yeah, basically just try to melt the boss, because I don't know how hairy that part gets, because we melted him in like the first 10 seconds once he fell in. But anyways, I hope this was helpful and informative, and if it was, then a like and subscription would be greatly appreciated. Thanks for watching. Take care.